Andrew, do you know who Chase Young is?
Yeah, of course.
No. My point is, I don't either.
Hey, Drew,
These
it's your
defensive
boy.
teams. Kate Cunningham, what? Mike, just concede, man. It was about not being in the play-in, bro. Just concede. Just concede already.
We're back
What's
with
going on
another.
with Mike's video?
I know.
This just in, breaking news: the Celtics are trading Drew Holiday to the Trailblazers for Anthony Simmons and a two second round draft picks. Say what? We got a NBA champion. We got an NHL champion. I guess it's time to go. Apparently, my fat thumbs just don't know how to work the controller. That is okay. What up, JAMM Packed? I'm MK. I'm your host. Here with my boy, John M83. What's going on, John? How you doing tonight?
What's going on, man? How we doing?
Not too bad, except for fat thumbs. I mean, it is what it is, right? Well, whatever.
It went silent, and I was like, "Oh man, what happens?"
Let's go. Oh, wrong button. Dang it. All right. Well, let's hit it off, man. NHL action. We got a Stanley Cup winner. Panthers have repeated. Pretty sure they dented the trophy. Pretty sure the Oilers had no chance.
Yeah.
What'd you see, my guy? What did you see?
So the Oilers went back to Skinner for goaltending, and he just had a rough night on Game 6. So Sam Reinhart scores 4 for the Panthers, and then Takchuk got the last one for 5. So it was a 5-1 game. For the Panthers goalie, I always mess his name up, Bobrovsky, 28 saves, just allowed 1 goal, was a stud all night. Panthers defense were phenomenal, and like I said, for the series, their offense was just suffocating, and Oilers just couldn't get by all the shots that were happening. I mean, I felt like it was after the second goal, I was like, yeah, that's it. You know, I just felt like the Oilers just didn't have any life. You know, yeah, I don't have too much else other than that. I wish I would have saw Game 7. Really, would have been nice to push it all the way, but the Panthers close it in 6.
You said home dude have 4 goals.
Yeah, Sam Reinhart, 4 goals.
Bro, 4 goals. That's on fire. About as fire as our guy Jack SB.
Yo,
what to do, my
guy?
Boys? Welcome in.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? Yeah, so 4 goals, but 4 shots on goal. So every shot that he shot was a goal. That's crazy,
stick, man.
Yeah,
feed the goat. Feed him.
I mean, for the series, you know, you might say it because he closed it up. 4 goals. So
just wild, absolutely wild. But congrats to the Panthers for the repeat win. Definitely a tough feat to do, especially in hockey, or I in any pro sport, really. But congrats to them. Kudos. Congratulations. savor that win. On to the NBA. We got an NBA champion in the Oklahoma City Thunder.
They deserved it.
They definitely deserved it. Tough break for the Pacers with Halliburton going down in the first quarter. Got a couple of interesting stats for that, though. He is the third player this season to wear number 0, to play a game with a right calf or a calf injury, and then continue to play or push through that injury and completely tear their. Now, I don't think there's been reports out yet about his injury or the extent of his injury, but you can see it pop. If you watch the replay, you can definitely see it pop. So I don't know if it was a complete tear or a complete rupture, but he definitely tore something. But he's the third player to do that. Halliburton, Jason Tatum, and Dame Lillard.
Yeah, I knew Dame Lillard. I forgot about Tatum.
Yeah, tough break, man. Don't wear number 0.
Didn't Shams? I think Shams said he was like he's looking into having surgery, isn't he? He's looking for surgery right now.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Man, because that's gonna be haven't they said it's like a 10 to 12 month recovery process or something like that? Like
it can be, yeah.
Yeah,
it's usually from it's an Achilles tear, right? So it's usually closer to the 12-month.
That sucks, man.
Yeah,
just wild.
But what I'll say though is that man gave everything he possibly had. Everything.
Oh,
I
definitely.
mean, he was hurting, and you could tell based off of his stats alone in Game 6. He did everything he possibly could to suit up and be there for his team. So, I mean, like, flowers to him for everything he did. I love the fact that when Pascal and McConnell were in front of the mic, the first thing they said was, "We're sorry to the fans." You know, I mean, how can you hate the Pacers? I don't know how you can. They're just a team that you love, from Rick Carlisle all the way around. So, man,
so good.
Tough loss.
The Pacers ended up becoming the first team in NBA history to have 8 players score at least 200 points in a single postseason.
Wow.
Yep.
Insane.
McConnell went over
team basketball for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, by far. They spread the ball around for sure. And it's great. I mean, it's great basketball. You know, to see a team spread the ball out. You don't know where the scoring is going to come from. Like that's great team ball.
Kind of reminds me of the like the 2012, 2013 Spurs teams, you know.
Yo, by far. There are only 2 or 3 2-time champions in the 2020s. So since 2020 on, right, there have only been 3 2-time champions, NBA champions thus far.
3?
Drew Holiday did it with the Bucks and then won it with the Celtics. Right, 3 years later. You got KCP won it with the Lakers in 2020, and then with the Nuggets in 23, and then Caruso won it with the Lakers, and then won in 25. I know what you're gonna say, John, because I saw that video too. Go ahead.
No, he was gonna say, well, this one's real because the other one everyone says is fake because it's a bubble.
I love that he came out and said it though, and I wanted to send that clip to TeslaMase and to Drew just to get the reaction. Clearly, they're not here right now. Okay, and by all means, I hope he's still enjoying his cruise. But I thought that was absolutely hilarious that Caruso was like, "Yeah, I finally got a real one now, so nobody can say anything to me anymore about the other one."
That's so crazy.
Absolutely amazing, dude. I love it. I love it. If there was anybody, if the Pacers had won the championship, who would you guys have voted for MVP? Who would have been your vote?
So I feel like Siakam's the right choice all the way around for me. Like, he's my all-star. You're so much better off when he's on the court, and he was dog tired playing and still just I gave the team a spark when they needed it. So that's my guy for the Pacers.
Sheesh. What about you, Jack?
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. I just like I want to see Halliburton and Siakam's stats side by side because
Sure.
like I mean there were guys that I don't. I mean I guess like it's the eye test too, but it's hard because like obviously Halliburton laid an egg. One of the games he had like 4 points. It's like, bro, are you serious? So most consistent, I would say Siakam. But Halliburton was the heart and soul of that team, the facilitating guy. So I don't know. It's tough. Plus, I don't know. There's just so many what ifs too because, like for me, watching that game in the first quarter, Halliburton on that heater, dropping three like long
deep threes, man, deep threes.
Like if he would have kept that up, like he probably would have been in like the 30s or something by the end of the game. So I was like, oh man, like if he had that, I feel like he would have gotten the Finals MVP. But based on what we saw, I would probably give it to Siakam.
There was a guy who set a record for the most points, most assists, most rebounds, and most steals by a bench player in the NBA Finals history. Okay? In TJ McConnell, you would not have been able to guess that.
He balled out.
Completely balled out. 84 points, 25 rebounds, 31 assists, and 15 steals in the finals alone. Just having the absolute best performance of his life in the finals.
He was crazy. He's I don't know. I mean, right now at least, like he's got to be up there, like with the top, at least backup point guards in the NBA right now. Like he's such a solid backup. I mean, he came in. You guys see he scored 12 straight points by himself in the third quarter. Like from what was the stat? Like I put it in my video. It was the 8:30-ish mark of the third quarter to like the 7:30 mark of the fourth quarter. Only TJ McConnell scored.
Yep.
Just wild.
It's just falling, bro. It's like, what are you supposed to do?
Just an absolute beast.
I watched the game with Drew, and you should have heard Drew cheering for McConnell. Like he was just that was his guy. Like if Drew's on right now, and I don't want to speak for him, but if he was on, I feel like he would be talking about how great McConnell, was throughout the series and his contributions and everything. But man, he was cheering for him on as soon as he got in the game.
And he wasn't going for the Pacers to win. He definitely wanted OKC to win the entire series, but. When you see a guy like that, hard worker, just completely ball out, like you can't help but to cheer for the guy, especially when the starter goes down.
Chet was guarding him for a while too, so I mean, just imagine the height difference and imagine what McConnell had to do to score. Right? I mean, it's not easy, and I know that there are other defensive players that switched off to guard him, but I mean, when Chet was guarding him, I mean, it's a complete mismatch, and McConnell still found a way to get the ball in the hoop. So,
yep. You're not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. There have been quite a few moves in the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see what literally just happened? Like minutes ago?
Yep. Ended up announcing it right before I think I flipped the intro. But Drew Holiday is going to the Trailblazers for Anthony Simons and 2 second-round draft picks. Well, that sucks for the Celtics.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he was a solid fourth guy on that roster.
Well, definitely
possibly fifth if you include Derek White. I'm like, they had a solid squad, and now we got to break that up.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting though. I actually like Anthony Simons. That's just me personally. Like I think he's raw. There's still a lot of game that he can still shape, but I mean, I think younger. Right. I think there'll be maybe a little bit more contribution from him. So I think there's possible upside there. And then obviously whoever you draft or if you package those up for something else. But I do feel like there's some sort of upside for Simon. So I think it'd be interesting to see going into next year what happens.
And then there was a blockbuster trade. KD sitting in New York at the Fanatics Fest. Just trying to enjoy a card show, and then he finds out he's getting traded to Houston. While he's on stage, he's like, "Wait, what?" What just happened? Where am I going? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the trade. Too much for KD? Too little for KD? I mean, they gave up an arm and a leg, to say the least, for sure. But do you think it's worth it? Aging KD? What is he, 36? 37 now?
37.
I mean, I have my own thoughts. What are your guys' thoughts? John, give it to me.
So I think it's a lot for KD in my opinion. But I do think if the Suns end up keeping Brooks, that it'll be. I mean, they've increased their defensive side, right? Like I feel like that's good for them. I feel like it was a lot, and now the Suns have a ton of shooting guards, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Like, and they're gonna play 5 on the floor. My assumption would be they're probably gonna, try to move one of them. Ideally, it'd probably be Beal for them, right? If they can figure out somebody who will take even half of his money and maybe create some dead cap space, but at least it clears a roster spot. But it's interesting to say the least. I'd like the trade for the Suns versus what the Rockets got, but that's me personally. I'm not necessarily a big KD fan. I think he's great from a stat perspective, but not necessarily a huge KD fan.
I just think his stats are going down. Like it's
Sure.
not. He's not the old school KD of old, right? Like, I mean, I get it. It is KD, and he's still putting up. I think it's 26 and 6.
Yeah,
but
numbers.
I mean, that's the lowest of his career. He hasn't put up those low numbers since his rookie season.
I also have questions on if will he mesh well with Sengun? I don't know how to say.
Has he meshed well with any of the teams that he's been on?
I mean, I guess that's my point, right? Like I would love to build around Sengun, in my opinion, and I don't know that's the right move, right? Is that the right chemistry? Like I thought Jalen Green and Sengun were trying to make this thing work, and I think very highly of Jalen Green, right? He has a huge upside, in my opinion, and I think it's interesting to trade him to a team with a bunch of shooting guards. But neither here nor there. But I just wonder if it's too much, if it's going to be too much for Sengun, or they can find some chemistry down the way. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Jack, give me your opinion. What do you think about this KD trade?
I think both teams want it to in different ways. I think the Suns want it in the long term. 5 second rounders, it's a lot of picks, but second rounders, I don't know. Second rounders aren't great, they can turn great, but for the most part, I think you just use second rounders to get, a little bit more leverage in trade packages and things like that. So I think the Suns can use that to get other guys to come in. But yeah, I don't like the way the Suns roster is constructed now with, the small ball they're playing. They're not going to be – I mean, if they leave the team how it is right now, they're not going anywhere in the West. But if for the Rockets, for what they're trying to do with win now, I like the move. I think the Rockets win it. I think the Rockets I don't think they gave up a ton, in my opinion, for KD. I think it's a good deal for them. But, I mean, the Rockets aren't, that deep anymore. It's you have a good big three in Kevin Durant, Şengün, Van Vliet, but outside of those guys, I mean, Thompson, he's coming up, but besides those guys, they don't really have much, So it'll be interesting to see, because if KD can stay healthy, I think the Rockets, I mean, after being the number 2 seed in the West, I don't know, I would say I think they're going at I think their ceiling probably is West Finals, for me at least. But I like it as a win now move. So I think it's a good deal for the Rockets.
Fair enough. I honestly think it's I don't know. To me it's a little rich. I'm sure we could have gotten other role players to build around guys that we already had. I mean, Rockets played really good defense,
Mm-hmm.
and you just got rid of 2 defensive guys.
Yeah.
Like, okay, to bring in an extra score. It's not like you were lacking in scoring. Like, you won games, but you won games playing solid, hardcore defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think Kevin Durant is that good of a defensive player. Yeah, he can help backside, but you don't know him for his defense. You know him for his offense.
Definitely.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully Rockets can make it back to what they were last season and possibly improve. Still don't know what the Suns are doing. I haven't figured out what the Suns are doing since they sent all that stuff for Bradley Beal. So I'm kind of lost there.
Man.
I really don't know what they're doing. I mean, they're helping every other team out except for themselves. I don't think they've been relevant since Steve Nash and that crew. But I don't know. That's just me. Go Lakers. Lake Show.
Go Lakers.
What else? We got anything else coming on in the NBA that I'm forgetting about?
The Mavs just signed Gafford to $60 million
extension.
They extended him. Perfect.
Oh yeah, extension. Yeah.
Yep. I think the Wizards picked up Middleton's player option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same with Connaughton and the Bucks.
Yep. But outside of that, do you feel like with OKC winning their first championship, and it was kind of funny watching them in the locker room trying to figure out how to celebrate. Like nobody knew what they were supposed to do or doing, right? So it was a little comical in that sense. But do you feel like the talent is a little more spread out than the super teams of old? The big three of Braun, Wade, and Bosch. And then sprinkling some players. I know we have a couple of teams that have a good backcourt. I mean, Braun and Luka is nothing to sneeze at, but I mean it's a 40-year-old Braun and a heavier Luka. So
yeah.
The Warriors aren't what they used to be in their big three. Do you feel like the NBA's got their talent a little more spread out?
I think they're doing a pretty good job of it. Like, I mean, it just makes it fun because, well, the Thunder, they're gonna, I don't know, man. Like, they have all 15 guys under contract.
Right.
It's gonna be tough to take them down, man. Like, solid in the regular season, one of the best regular seasons of all time, and then they go in, handle their business in the playoffs. Like, those guys are just gonna get better for next year. So I think the Thunder are still the team to beat. I think they're rightfully so the favorites to win the championship next year. But yeah, I think the NBA has done a pretty good job of spreading out the talent because, I mean, we saw a 4-seeded Pacers team come in and take out the 1-seeded Caps. Like, come on, and then obviously still got the Celtics with their superstars. You got, the Wolves still, and then obviously, like you mentioned, Luka, Braun are still out there on the Lakers. KD's now with the Rockets. We don't know where Giannis is going to go. I mean, I think the West, you could argue, like, obviously the West, at least for my whole life, the West has always been more crowded than the East.
Yeah.
But, I think it's been fun. I think it makes it for, just more exciting basketball, especially with runs like the Pacers had, So it's like you just never know, like, if those top teams are still going to make it out, because I always thought, I was like, well, it's going to be Thunder and then either Celtics or Cavs. Right. And then the Pacers come out. So I'm like, okay, like, maybe someone can knock off the Thunder next year, like. And I don't know. I like the talent being spread out, though. It makes it just, more fun to not just know that it's going to be Cavs Warriors every single year, even though I liked it as a Braun fan, but,
I would have loved to see, I'm sure everybody would have loved to see Halliburton finish that game.
Yes.
And battle it out in the game 7. Like, everybody wanted to see a good series, right? And everybody wanted Halliburton to be out there. and I said this in our text thread, like if the Pacers had they won that game and won the championship, in my opinion, they would have gone down to having one of the greatest playoff runs in NBA history. Outside of and win the championship outside of Dirk and those Mavericks winning his championship was at 2011. That one was pretty amazing as well. I mean, what he took down Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge round 1, round 2, then goes on to the Lakers, and Kobe takes down Kobe and Gasol a year after they just won it because they were fresh off the championship, and then go into who they end up playing in the I can't remember who they ended up playing in the
West
conference finals. Yeah,
I don't remember either. I think it wasn't it. Oh wait, was it the Thunder?
Oh, it was the Thunder. It was KD, Russell Wilson, and James Harden in the Thunder,
Westbrook.
and then took down Braun.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, Westbrook. My bad. And then took down Braun, Dwayne Wade, and Bosch in Miami. Like all the goats, all the kids are we're cheering for now. Dirk just kind of wiped clean, and they weren't even close. None of them went to a game 7. But if the Pacers would have pulled that off, man, that would have been incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, you could argue that they played some beat up teams, but I mean the fashion that they were just getting it done though was insane. Those 10 to 15 point comebacks in the last minute of the game, not leading a single second of a game and still coming out to win it is wild. Absolutely wild. Just wild to think about. Man.
I think I'm a big fan of Benedict Mathurin, though. I'll tell you that boy did not have, his heart couldn't tell him to stop. He couldn't. And you know what? And I think that's what the Pacers needed, because with Miles Turner not playing like really a big man position, and they were just kind of relying on shots. They needed somebody like him or Siakam to come in and get the 2-point attempts, whether it's layups or shots or whatever. But everyone else kind of seemed to settle for threes or settle for long jumpers. And Mathurin did his thing out there. So I think I am a little bit of a fan of his too. I thought he played amazing. Game 7.
Do you think they have enough to repeat, to make another deep run? I mean, they've done it 2 years in a row. They made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Finals this year. Can they make it another deep run?
Yeah, they're definitely one of the better contenders out there for sure. So, and you know what? They're gonna have a chip on their shoulder come next year, because they're like, we're gonna carry this team as far as we can until Halliburton's healthy. They will. Can
they pick anybody up? You think Giannis is thinking about maybe the Pacers might be a?
See, you know what's crazy? I like that you asked me that question, because I never answered the question before, so I don't think there are any big super teams out there. I think it is very evenly spread. I will be mad if Giannis goes to the Lakers. Then I'll feel like it's unfair, right? And then maybe I'm just a Laker hater, so it might just be that. But if Giannis went to the Pacers, that would be awesome for me, right? And I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I think the Pacers don't have a ton of big names, but they have players they have role players, right? And they have a nice deep bench, right? So I love that. So I think Giannis would fit really well there. And I do think I do wish that Miles Turner would play the bigger position at times. I don't want him shooting threes when you have enough 3-point shooters. Get down there and grab some rebounds, make some extra possessions, throughout the game, in my opinion, right? So if Giannis went to the Pacers, man, that would be crazy. That would be awesome to see.
That would be nuts. Do we know who the front runners are so far
for Giannis?
Has that report come out yet?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's just mostly the same teams that were in the running for KD, right? Like the, Timberwolves, Spurs, Rockets not anymore, but.
So Houston's out.
Houston's out.
They got no more picks. They got no more picks left. They sent them all to Phoenix. All right. So does Phoenix make a move?
For
Ooh,
Giannis,
that would be interesting.
Not
would
not
be
enough
interesting.
picks.
Well, they're all second round picks. I mean, I think whoever the Bucks are going to want first rounders for Giannis for sure.
So OKC.
Dude, if Giannis goes to OKC, bro,
That would, but you can't do that with Chet and with Hartenstein, right? Hartenstein, so it's a 3-year, $87 million contract. Am I wrong? Hartenstein, I think it's pretty
probably
close.
right. You're probably
Yeah.
right.
So I mean, I think they're locked up there. I mean, unless they're like, screw it, we can spend the money. Let's
We'll
just
trade
do it.
him. Yeah, we'll trade
they
him
definitely
and
can put together a package. I'm sure with all the picks that they have, and like
Yeah.
they have that same thing. Deep bench role players, like
Do you let go of Chet for that? Like, I'm sure you would, right? Like, I even though Chet, but
I don't know.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. I get what you're saying, right? But Giannis is a win now guy, and I know I know Chet helped him win right now. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, yeah, in a head-to-head matchup, would you rather have Giannis or would you rather have Chet for next year only? Talk about next year.
Yeah,
Giannis or
for
Chet?
next year only.
100% Giannis.
Oh man,
right?
I mean, for me that's a tough question. Like, Giannis is definitely more of a threat.
Okay.
I don't feel Chet was. I don't think he'll ever be that threat.
Yeah,
I agree with that. By the way, yep.
I think he's more of a cleanup guy.
Yep.
Backside help. On
great
defense. Yeah, a great defender. I don't think you'll get that in Giannis. I don't think you'll get that. He's looking to spend more our energy on offense, essentially.
True.
And Chet's like, okay, well, I know my role.
Yeah.
I don't think the Giannis and Shea duo would mesh. That's my issue.
Thinking about. No, yeah, because Shea and they play similar games. I mean, obviously guard and forward, but like Shea is a guy that ISO like mid-range. Let me get to the basket, draw foul. Giannis does the same stuff. I mean, not as many jump shots, but Giannis still downhill to the basket.
Right.
Like those guys need guys that they can kind of kick it to or something. Or that they can space out. But
that's only where I hesitate.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, they tried that in Phoenix, right? They had Booker. They're like, oh, let's grab KD. Well, you just got a guy that's similar to Booker, like the volume shooter, mid range. Like, yeah, he's got a nicer 3-ball. Okay. But then, let's pick up Bradley Beal. What are you doing? You just cloned the two guys that you just had. You got another volume shooter. There's only one ball. We realize this, right?
Yeah. Great
point. So I don't know if it would work. Is my issue. Now, if you would tell me, oh well, would they do it for Hartenstein and a couple? Then I'd be like, oh, maybe. I might be able to be on board with that because Hartenstein's not that 3-point shooter, right? Like Chet he can toss a couple threes. Yeah. And so doing a high pick and roll with Chet and Chet flaring out to the 3-point line kind of works. But Hartenstein's not that guy. So if they could make the trade and give up a bunch of assets, that's tough. That's tough for me.
I just think you get more buy-in if you threw Chet versus Hartenstein. You're not going to get enough buy-in from Hartenstein. You've seen what he can do. Like he might get 10 points, right? And he might get 10 rebounds for that, saying the same thing. So yeah, I don't know, man.
This is just a reminder, Drew, you bought the wrong shoes. You should have got the Carusos and not the Reeves.
Does Caruso have his own shoes?
I have no idea. No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. No, just giving him, some grief because he's not on here to defend himself.
Blowing up the chat.
All right. How we doing? How we doing in the MLB side? Anything stand out to you guys besides?
Tigers.
Ooh,
Tigers
Tigers.
are balling. That's all I know. I don't know.
49 and 30. Yeah, they got a better record than the Dodgers.
Yes,
And I'm
they
pretty sure
do.
half the cap, half the
Yes,
payroll.
that's true too. That's true. We won't talk about their schedule. That's fine. I'll just say the Dodgers.
We'll keep that out.
That's all I'll say is the Dodgers are struggling. No, I think from a Dodger standpoint, so last game that they played, so 13-7 win against the Nationals. Dodgers are 48-31, so holding their own. They've let go a lot of games that they shouldn't have. Really, they should be closer to 60 wins, and they're not. So I think they have a uphill battle to climb. Ohtani's going to be pitching again here soon, so I do like that they're easing him in and getting him just kind of going at a slower pace and getting his arm, back to where they think he can get it. All the while he's still hitting DH and batting first, which is amazing because they just get the most production out of him. So I love that. But no, nothing crazy. I think the Cubs are doing really good right now. Chicago Cubs need a good shout out because when they are on, they are dominating teams, and you can win 2-0 in a domination game, but it's a complete game. Your pitchers are pitching well, defense is strong, base running smart. So you can't count the Cubs out this year, and that's a team that really scares me as a Dodger fan. So. And also the San Francisco Giants. San Francisco Giants are doing really well this year. They are 44-34, but they are putting together some really good string of games, and they're in our division, right? So definitely a team that I'm going to be worried about for the next rest of the season. So,
bro,
what up, little bro?
What up, bro?
Padres and Dodgers got into it where they were throwing at each other's stars, and the coaches almost threw blows. That was pretty good.
Wow.
That was earlier this or later last week, but that was pretty fun to watch when they threw at Ohtani. And Ohtani, I'm just gonna say it. Ohtani is such a professional. He gets hit, and that ball sucked where he got hit, the benches start to clear, and he's like, no, stay over there. We're good. And even after he got hit and he was walking it off, so he goes to first base and kind of turns around, and the game goes to commercial. Ohtani goes over to the bench and apologizes for hitting one of the players. And I thought that was, such a class act for a guy who struggles with the language, and, English is second language to him, or third, I think. So super class act, told the Padres he's sorry. It seems like he calmed everybody down, and they continued the game. So good stuff.
Yeah, no, I like him. I as a person, as a player, like, real class act for sure. Speaking of the Dodgers, their ownership group just bought another gigantic group in the Lakers for $10 billion. What is the deal? Okay, I know we ain't into conspiracy theories here, but we kind of are. So NBA ratings are going down, just completely tanking. And when I say going down, this is the lowest. What is it? There's 106 college players who have declared for the NBA draft. That is the lowest amount in the last 20 years. I want to say.
Really?
It's down 150 players from even last year, or 130 players from last year. They had 230 last year. It's down to 106.
Jeez. I know there were a lot of guys that withdrew to go back to college, but I didn't know it was that far down.
Yeah, the problem is the NIL deals are getting crazy. You can be a college player, be a multimillionaire, and get your degree without having to declare for the NBA now. So that's completely ruined the NBA draft. Now, the NBA ratings have always constantly gone down, and it's gone backwards for quite a long time. They got to keep their keystone franchises afloat. So let's throw the Lakers a bone because the Celtics are doing well over there. They got a squad. Let's throw the Lakers a bone. Let's give them, hey, Mavs, we're gonna send Luka over to the Lakers. Okay, just to, I mean, we gotta save the Lakers somehow. Well, what do you mean we gotta give up Luka? Don't worry, you got a 1.8% chance of getting the number 1 overall pick, and we're gonna make sure you get it.
And we're gonna give it to you.
Here's the problem. Like, nobody sees the lottery getting drawn anymore. People just come out with the envelope already. Right? Nobody sees like a lottery ball getting pulled out and then go,
Great point.
It's the Mavericks. No. They learned. They said, if we keep this a secret, and then it'd be a shock to everybody, right? Including Nico Harrison.
That's funny. I didn't realize that.
Okay. Not only did it boost the initial value of the Lakers to get bought out by this ownership group for $10 billion. Okay, but Adam Silver also has stated multiple times that he wants to expand the NBA. Now, how do you do that? You have to increase the value of the league first. So let's increase the value of the league by making sure the Lakers are relevant and increase their value. We'll sell them for $10 billion, and then we'll expand. And if they do that, they end up expanding. That'll deepen the pockets of the owners even further to then, this is just wild, dude. I can't make this up. Like, this is, I'm like, how is nobody else seeing this? I know I'm just a Joe Schmo sitting on the couch, man, but like, come on. If this doesn't look like the most sketchiest,
Yep.
what is the deal?
So if the NBA was to expand, like, how would they do? Like, are they gonna add like one team in the West, one team in the East? Like, how does that work?
I think you'd have to. I think you would have to do 1 and 1. I don't think you can just do one or the other. It doesn't make sense.
2 conferences, you would have to do one. You'd have to split it, but then,
Correct.
I mean, I guess that works. But then you have 16 teams in each conference, so it's like the NFL, I guess.
I mean, do you go down even further and split them into divisions, or split them into even further? Like, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to take the NFL approach. But if they were to expand, let's go even further. If they go to expand, one team in the East, one team in the West, where are you putting these teams? Ready, set, go. Team in the West,
right? Las Vegas.
Vegas is one vote. John, what do you got?
I think Vegas makes the most sense. I'll tell you that right now.
Perfect. I'm going to tell you there's going to be a whole state of Washington that's voting for the Sonics to return.
Yeah, I was going to.
Oh, that's true.
My next one.
Out east. Who do you guys think is going to get who do you think would get a team?
In the East.
I know. Out east. Got one in North Carolina.
Yeah. You mean anyone in like Florida?
Maybe they got what? They got Miami. That's it, right? Are they big enough?
No, Tennessee, Memphis. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, Memphis.
Oh, Memphis. You're right.
Yep.
I had to think about that.
I'm trying to think of like a map in my head right now.
but they're not even out east. They're west.
That's true.
Oh, it's true. Dang it.
Yeah, maybe put one in like Tampa Bay or something.
Do we get another New York team in there? Like, what are we doing?
New York, Buffalo,
No.
Buffalo Braves. Bring it back to Buffalo.
we got
Not another New York team.
No.
Mm-mm.
Do we send the Clippers back down to San Diego? What are we doing? No.
Yes, I'm okay with that. Well, not now because I do like the Intuit Dome, but
yeah,
I would have been okay with it had they not built that. Yeah,
that
I
is
do like
pretty
that
legit.
Dome. You pick that dome up and move it. I'll go. That's fine. Pick the dome up.
No, they got the Wizards.
DC.
Yeah.
I guess Wizards are in DC, right?
Yeah, Wizards. They got the Wizards. Or the
I don't know. I feel like there's not as much room in the East. I don't know.
Not big enough markets.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. The market has to be big enough, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, California's pretty big, pretty huge market.
Yeah, but we're
Lakers,
looking for
Clippers,
East, though.
Yeah, we're looking
Golden State, Sacramento.
for Maine. Maybe a team start a team in Maine with Cooper Flag.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. If you guys have any idea of where they should put a team out east, let us know. Oh my goodness, bro.
Idaho
I'm gonna mute
Taters,
you right now.
yes.
Going with the Idaho
I
Taters.
want a team in Idaho. That'd be amazing.
That would be
That'd be my
fun.
favorite team.
You were not wrong. You were not wrong. If you have any other ideas of teams that should go out east or should expand, give us an idea of where that would be and what their mascot would be. Let us know in the comments, and then give us a thumbs up or a subscription
Or subscription.
or all three. Oh baby, the NFL is coming around the corner and is not coming soon enough. Travis Hunter signed his 4-year deal worth $30 million up front.
$30 million up front.
Trying to think who else. And our boy, if you were on last week, I told you I won that giveaway.
Oh yes.
I told you I won that giveaway, right?
Yeah.
Well,
CJ Mosley,
yeah. More than 3 days later, he ends up retiring. So now I have this retired jersey, right?
Wow.
Like, great. Nobody else is gonna have one. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the thing. There you go.
If you are going to, or if you're in the LA area, hit us up on the 29th. We'll be out in Torrance doing a live card show. We will actually have that jersey there. Come say hi. Hit us up. We like to say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Oscar said Baltimore. Baltimore might be a good spot.
Ooh, Baltimore, yeah, true.
Oh,
That's
that'd be
actually a good.
Maryland.
That's a legit. Yeah, that's pretty legit.
I
Way
like
to
the
go,
profile
Oscar.
picture of Oscar.
I love it. I know Oscar's our Eagles guy.
Fly Eagles, fly, baby.
Yes, sir. EAGELS.
Say that. We don't say
Eagles. I had to, Oscar. I had to. I'm sorry. Kind of. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, Oscar's on board, man. Oscar is all over that. Shador Sanders had got cited twice this month for speeding. Bro, come on, man. Twice. You weren't the first round pick. You said Nakobe Dean.
That's an inside joke now. That's mine and his inside joke. So you're right. I was wrong. Nakobe Dean is a 3-year player, not a 2-year player, and he was the guy you were talking about at the restaurant, Oscar. You win. I'm wrong. He knows. I said it on social media, so now you got me. All right, I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's on film. We can rewind the tape. We can rewind the tape. I am going to change my camera setting for a minute. Anything coming out of your guys' camp at all? Any hype? No?
Nah, nothing really, man.
I got let me change my camera real quick. Boom. Okay. I've got a bunch of predictions that came out. I am now in the middle of the NFC North with Green Bay's prediction coming out tomorrow.
Hey, let's go.
Actually, no. Vikings? I think it's Vikings. Vikings tomorrow. Vikings are tomorrow. So make sure you hit us up. Follow your team. I'm pretty sure I did the Eagles already, Oscar. Hopefully that one was okay. But I've gone through the entire AFC. I know people are asking, oh, when's my team going to come up? I'm literally just going down the list. I'm in the NFC North next. NFC South will be after that, and then the NFC West will be last. So make sure you give us a follow on YouTube. Hit us up. And then I got some pretty sweet things to show you guys. If you guys are in the LA area, want to hit us up at the card show, let us know. Bro, check this out. Do you see that? That is just an amazing Kobe Bryant custom card. Boom, baby. You ain't never gonna find another card quite like it. Let's go. Let's go. Quality's there. The value is there. Hit us up at the card show. I'm gonna tell you right now. You will not be disappointed. I got the Muhammad Ali. I got the Shohei Homer.
That's so sick.
Yep. I got the your Ray Lewis shout. Let's go. We got the Kobe GTA effect. I mean, I even made down here. This is the Mount Rushmore Lakers right here.
Ooh,
look at this.
Mount Rushmore Lakers. Kobe,
Yes,
Shaq,
sir.
Magic, and Kareem. It's a solid.
Yes, sir.
That's so cool.
We just solid, man. We're just solid. We like to mix it up here at JAMM Packed. That's for sure. If you're looking for trading cards, hit us up at the card show. We got you covered, man. We're coming out with an entire line of that style of art, an entire what we going 3 sport?
Yeah.
4 sport. I mean, I came out with I ended up making a Paul Skeens futuristic Paul Skeens. Let's go.
Kobe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got it covered, man. We got you covered. We'll make sure to take care of you. Plenty of things happening out in the desert. Vegas is doing Vegas things. We're creeping up. We're gonna win the Super Bowl this year.
I'm excited.
I'm playing.
I just want to see how the team does.
I'm playing. I still think we're at least like 3 years away. I don't think we're that far off. I know we didn't make the playoffs last year, but with the moves that they have made, I'm looking for them to at least make the playoffs this year. Now, mind you, we are in the hardest, well, technically in one of the most difficult divisions in football. So
definitely.
We'll see about that. We'll see how that works out. The AFC West is just going to beat up on each other, I guess. That's just how it's going to be.
Do you think if the Raiders were to win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years, do you think it would be with Geno Smith at quarterback or someone else?
Honestly, I think it'll be someone else. I do like their move though with bringing in Geno because it's an upgrade from Minshew and Aiden O'Connell.
True.
I honestly have always wanted them to create some type of competition, right? I need the guy, and I mean I did this when I was coaching. Like I need the guy that's starting to feel uncomfortable that he's not gonna start. Right? I need the guy behind him to push the guy in the starting position to keep his starting position. Because if that's not there, I mean, you're just at that point, you're literally hoping that player has enough heart to, and motivation to continue to improve.
Yeah.
But if that carrot is still there, it's still dangling like, bro, I might not get this if I screw up. And if I screw up too many times, the guy behind me is going to take it. Yeah. I want that competition. I mean, Raiders just haven't had that competition in a while. We were dead last in rushing yards last year. I know that'll improve with Gianti and Mostert. I mean, Mostert's number 2 now, where before the draft he was the number 1 guy. And we still have McCormick's coming back off of injury. So I mean, there's just competition there, man. I love it. I love the sense of competition, even within the own team. Like nobody's position is safe. I mean, outside of Brock Bowers, I guess he's pretty safe. But like even the number 2 guy, Michael Mayer, solid tight end. But the guy behind him is right on his tail. And now you end up, if he ends up beating you out, Michael Mayer might be the next trade piece. Right? I'm like, he was what, the number, I want to say he was our second round pick last year or the year before.
Year before.
Year before Brock. So we had Michael Mayer at second round, and the year later we drafted Brock Bowers in the first round. I'm like, so he's not that far off, right? But that's the kind of competition I was hoping they'd bring. Just me though. For those still watching, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at JAMM Packed Podcast. Click on that notification button to view us live. We're live every Monday night, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know it's late for us, you East Coast guys, and I'm sorry. Maybe one day when we have enough subscribers, we'll change the time because we'll be able to. Till then, make sure you click subscribe. Watch. We love it. If you're looking for more NBA Ramble stuff, make sure you hit up Uncle Drewski, who is absent today, but hit him up on NBA or JAMM Packed NBA Ramble. If you're looking for amazing sports content, hit up Jack SB at Jack SB. Always putting out some amazing shorts. Hit John and I up, John M83 and I up on Instagram at JAMM Packed Podcast. If you're looking to make some custom orders on some custom cars, do it there. Hit us up there. We've had, I cannot tell you how much fun we've had just opening new cards, taking more card orders, creating new cards, mingling with all these collectors. It's been so much fun. But make sure you guys hit us up. Our next live card show is the 29th in Torrance. More info will be on Instagram, so make sure you hit us up there. As always, TeslaMase, man, we love you. Sorry you couldn't make it today. Hopefully they didn't make you wear that suit at dinner. He's on some luxury cruise and he's like, oh man, they told me I gotta wear a blazer to dinner. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
Oh man. But as always, we hope you've enjoyed this episode of JAMM Packed Podcast. We love interacting with our guys. Make sure you hit us up in the comments next time you're with us live. And as always, until next week, make sure you're kind of one another. Take care of one another. Be safe out there. And we'll see you guys next week. All right, fellas. Take it easy.
Bye, guys.